say child care is expensive when you don't have time, right? You work in a job, an extra job. I got a different definition of child care. What's your child care that you didn't know when before car pickup day was? Your child care, you don't know who their third grade teacher is. Your child care, you didn't know when science project was due. Child care that you weren't there on the field trip and everybody else's parents was. Your child care that you missed the game-winning free throws like my dad did in the state championship game. You think I remember that? You think I care about that? You think your child care while you hustling through traffic to get to your second job, or to be able to get back and forth to your first job, that you weren't there when they passed by that dice game and they were popping pills and they were drinking a little bit and they made one bad decision that cost them their life or their lifetime because you had to get to the second job.
Wow.
You think they're going to care about that? Am I making sense so far?
Yes.
And so if child care is more expensive than the time that you're exchanging hours for dollars, I would get time back on my side. And it's not going to be about what you do. A bunch of people do a little bit and everybody get paid. Is that okay? And then I don't have the money. Bald head man, I got 249 problems and your company is one of them. Who can relate to that? That was me. I was single with no kids, 31 years old when I seen this vehicle, and I was check behind the check. Till Lisa Nicole Blau, one of my mentors, passed the young all night, and they said, if $249 is an issue today, it probably been an issue 4 years ago. And if you don't do anything about it, it probably will be one in 2017. And she said, while you're looking at this as you can't afford it, you probably can't afford not to do this or do something different. Why? Because what you're doing, if you're over the age of 18, Dionte, is not working. Who can relate to that? Who can relate that to we've blown $249 in a lot worse ways than starting a business?
Yes.
Right? Some of us have $240 mistakes on right now. That we wish we could take back, right? But what if Chad Thompson's story is your story? What if my story is your story? What if R.J. Pierce or Tori Nunley or Jerome Adams or Dr. Shauna Baird, what if their story is your story? We didn't know what this company was going to do when we sat here 4 years ago. All I knew was I could always go back to being broke. If it don't work out, is being broke going away?
No.
I just can't understand though, if this don't make sense, who came to our houses, set us all down in front of the dinner table, passed out applications, said don't matter how many hours you work, how bad your back or arthritic your knees is, this is all your family's ever gonna have. Passed out applications and we signed up for that. And can't nobody get us to quit it. But a company like this help you make 2 digits before the comma every Friday before you know what the weather feel like outside. I don't want to sign up for that. That's why we're not looking for anybody. So we have applications, right? All the guests, can you stand up real quick? All the guests. Can you stand very, very quickly? Make sure all of our guests have the paperwork they need to make today the best day of the rest of their lives. Right? Does it make sense so far, right? I want to guarantee one thing to you guys. Atlanta, do we got our new business partners back? you guys are thinking, I know exactly where you're at mentally. When I seen this opportunity, I had worked 17 straight hours, 17 straight days. Anybody relate to falling asleep behind the wheel so tight from work? That was me. Who said that was cool though? I found myself on the other side of the median. And by the grace of God, the truck blew its horn and I woke up. That 17th straight day. And I got on the other side, boom, 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 on the other side of the shoulder, put my head on the steering wheel and asked myself, Dionte, what the heck are you doing? Because here's the reality. If that truck splatters my blood and bones all over the expressway, they're going to send flowers to the funeral home, but they're going to have an interview to replace me before it even gets there.
Right.
Am I making sense? And my mom would say, Dionte, at least you got a job. I was settling for at least you got a job, and they were trying to kill her son every day. And so I started praying. How many people know when you pray at the right time for the right thing, and you're the right person, and you take the right action, that God will bless you? Yeah. It's not coincidence that you're here today. We're going to lock arms, and we're going to start today launching a whole nother momentum swing and shift the wealth in Atlanta. And it starts today. Who's with us? Because this is the beginning. You may see just 100 people today, but I guarantee you by the end of this summer, we won't be able to fit in this gymnasium.
Yes.
And then we're going to go to a ballroom, just our team, not all of 5 Links Atlanta, just our team. We're not going to be able to fit in ballrooms. And some of you guys who think this, I don't know if it's going to work, will be making $10, $20, $30, $40,000 a month by this time next year. And so you ask yourself, if not this, what? Coming into these doors, if not this, if this don't work, what is it going to be? And if not now, when? And if not you, who is it going to be for your family? You told your neighbor, right? Sitting down in front of company, people filming, that somebody had to be a millionaire. And who did you tell them that somebody had to be? Now, do you believe you? Because you never can say, I didn't have an opportunity to become one. And if you walk out those doors, we laughed earlier, but you might as well say, might as well be Dionte. Because I don't want to be a part of the $1.3 trillion industry. It might as well be Chad Thompson. It might as well be Pastor Keith Young, who I'm going to bring up to share a couple words with you guys to close out this event. None other than Senior VP, Mr. Keith Young Sr., pastor, my bishop, who introduced me to this program, just to welcome you guys into our 5 Links vehicle.
To all the guests, very quickly, but the truth is, we are really here for you. You are the most important in here right now. And let me tell you why. Because when I stood where you were standing and I made an urgent decision, I didn't know if I could do it. I didn't know how the outcome was going to be. I just knew in my heart I needed some changes in my life. Right? So I stepped out on faith. But remember, faith without works is absolutely dead.
Wow.
So let me tell you what I did. I got on the phone when I left the meeting, when I stood in there, before I got to the car, I got on the phone. So I called people. Let me tell you one of the first people I made contact with is this gentleman right here. Come here, Earl. I want to show you something. I want to show you how this really works. I called Earl. Earl was one of the first people that I called. Stand right there, Earl. Okay? Earl called Dionte. Dionte, stand right there. I didn't call Dionte. Earl did it for me. I didn't know that Earl was going to call Dionte, but he did it. I want to show you how this thing snowballs and works for you if you take a step of faith. Dionte called a young lady by the name of Shatora. She is no longer here. Come here. I gotta use you. She is no longer in the business, so I'm going to turn her this way because she's no longer in the business. But let me tell you what she did. She did something important before she left. So don't worry about people who may come in and then get out and act like they don't want to go the rest of the way with you. Because let me tell you what she did. She went and got Chad. Shatori brought Chad into my business. I didn't know Chad, never knew him, never met him. Chad is here because I made a quick decision. And I moved very quickly. I knew that I had to move when I heard it because it was in my belly right then. If you take too much time, the unction might leave you. And it could be the unction that might change your life if you want your life to change. And then Chad went and got Brandon Lee. And the rest. Brandon Lee is not here, but I'm going to let you do Brandon Lee. See how that works? Listen, I didn't talk to Brandon Lee. I didn't sit down at the table with him and say, come on, get in. No, but my team did. I didn't recruit Dionte. Earl did. I just recruited Earl. And that's how this thing works for all of us. And guess what? No matter what they do, they all make me money. Just recruited. One person. I'm going to close with this here. I'm going to say this to you. It's the same concept of the Bible.
Say that.
Jesus, the first thing he did, to turn the world upside down. You know why I'm here today? You know why I passed this church today? Because Jesus went and got 12 people.
Wow.
Called the 12 disciples, or better known as the 12 apostles. And every Christian on the earth came from those 12 apostles. And so 2,000 years later, I'm still here. Think about that. Think about that. You can start an inheritance in your family that can last 2,000 years later. It's a powerful thing. So I'm going to close with this here. Thank you, Platinum.